No, that's not an option. Go to mypatriotsupply.com right now. mypatriotsupply.com.
Your Montgomery Biscuits are ready to take on the 2022 season with the best fans in minor league baseball. Join us for a summer full of clean weekends, celebrations, and the best biscuits in town. For ticket information, go to biscuitbaseball.com. Call the box office at 323.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Shop the Freedom Sale going on now at American Oakenmore with interest-free financing for up to 5 years. Bedroom suits as low as $49 a month. Living room sets, $49 a month. Table and chairs, $49 a month. Save big on home office entertainment consoles.
It's Monday morning, Monday morning, Monday morning. It's time to rise and shine. Monday morning. Good morning, Alabama.
Anywhere, but at Wolf Boys Bedding, we want to make sure you get a good night's sleep. We will take the time to show you how a mattress is made and what supports you and gives you comfort. Then let you make the decision on what's best for you. Whether you need an inexpensive mattress or a great night's sleep, we have you covered. Shop the Better Sleep Sale and get up to $400 off on Heritage Sleep's homegrown collection.
Don't count sheep, get a great night's sleep from Wolf Boys Bedding next to American.
Stephen Benjamin's show, and his good friend OG not only has great financial insight, it's laid back with humor too.
Savings competition winner Katie Pruitt.
I was very confused by budgets, and what I realized, I was trying to make a lasagna and start with the noodles on the bottom, and I was ending up with crusty noodles. So once
Well, that's
I
why,
started
because you
with
don't start with the
sauce,
noodles
what I
under the
was spending, for some reason, then we were able
Gotta
to
put
use
the
the
sauce on there, no?
Jack and Benjamin. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Looking.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. Need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use the code RADIO at checkout. Blindster.com.
More wet weather anticipated as we head to this upcoming work week. Today, we're mostly cloudy, but it's not actively raining. And that means most of you will probably hang out somewhere in the 80s today with only a few peaks of sunshine. Those on and off showers and storms possible late morning into the afternoon, even into the early evenings as well. So we'll keep an eye on those on and off rain chances thanks to a stalled out boundary pushing once again through the deep south. And that will keep rain chances elevated for the entire work week. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Your Monday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving smoothly into and through the Tri-County area from Clinton, Auburn, and Greenville. No problems on P31 south out of Wisconsin, north out of Troy. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. At ReinhardtToyota.com, you can see and purchase vehicles that are on order and haven't arrived yet. Get the Toyota you want at ReinhardtToyota.com. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes. But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
Good morning, I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Monday. Montgomery police are investigating a Friday night shooting. They are called out to Erskine Street around 10 o'clock Friday night. That's in the Rosa Parks Avenue area. The victim was taken to the hospital with critical injuries. The White House says it's making more than 1 million monkeypox vaccine doses available starting today, and there's also an agreement to produce 5 million more doses. Health officials say that anyone can get it. New York is now reporting its first case in a minor, and last month the CDC identified 2 infected children. Now some sports news for you on this Monday morning. NFL season is quickly approaching. Lots of football fans are wondering, where is Tom Brady, the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? He's taken nearly 2 weeks of absences during training camp, and while his team calls the time away from the team excused, his absence is a mystery, especially with training camp going on right now. The head coach of the Buccaneers says Tom Brady should be back to practice sometime this week. That's your news on this Monday.
We tried Dynovite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of weeks, our little Gizmo was acting like a puppy again. His coat was shinier, he had a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynovite nutritional supplements for dogs at Dynovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
If you're 19 or older with certain underlying medical conditions such as asthma or diabetes, you can get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're 65 or older, it is also recommended you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. No matter the season, talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protectyourself. A message from the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
Furnished by the American Lung Association.
Almost 3 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthy. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage, the world's only company that helps flush out airborne germs.
That's a good hot job. Now, I know what you first started talking about.
Here's Dr. Tanya Farmer, a board-certified ear, nose, and throat specialist.
Most airborne allergens and viruses enter through your nose. When that happens, it can cause congestion and irritation, and that just makes you feel miserable. You can get a cold, you can get flu, sinus infections, or even worse. Flushing your nose with a saline solution is the most effective way to flush all of those dangerous threats out of your nose. So now when patients come in my office, I tell them I highly recommend that you use Navage on a daily basis for overall health and wellness.
And Navage is all natural and drug-free at Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath & Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
When it comes to keeping up with projects on your property, you need quality equipment you can depend on. That's exactly what you get with John Deere equipment from SunSouth. And now's a great time to drive off in a new John Deere from SunSouth during the trade-in and trade-up sales event. Receive up to $2,500 trade-in bonus cash on 2012 or newer competitive light trade-ins. Find the John Deere that's right for you. Visit SunSouth. Equipment that knows what you
August 30th, 2022. Trade-in bonus varies based on model and competitive trade. Some restrictions apply. See dealers for details.
We tried Dynovite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of weeks, our little Gizmo was acting like a puppy again. His coat was shinier, he had a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynovite nutritional supplements for dogs at Dynovite.com.
Happier, with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
If you're 19 or older with certain underlying medical conditions such as asthma or diabetes, you can get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're 65 or older, it is also recommended you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. No matter the season, talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protectyourself. A message from the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
Furnished by the American Lung Association.
He is the voice of the conservative millennial. The Ben Shapiro Show, Monday night at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
How's everybody doing? Good, good, good. It's a great day to be alive.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again, if you can. It is another day that the Lord has made, and you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Say amen. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440, and it's time for our daily bread, a word from on high, a word that either change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning to you. It is August the 22nd, 2022 AD. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Transmitting Truth. Our scripture insight today comes from Deuteronomy 4, 9 through 14. Deuteronomy 4:9 says, teach God's ways and instructions to your children and to their children after them. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is August the 22nd. It is a day that has never been. And it is also, like all the days of old, it is a day that shall never, ever come again. And once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done today that you didn't. But more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and do the things that you should have done. So whatever it is that you do this day, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you be proud of what you have done on this day, August the 22nd, in the year 2022. If you have lived a while, you've heard, you've seen many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? Well, whatever you do, when you can, until you can't, reach back and give somebody else a helping hand until you can't. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live your life, you shall always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must. Rest only if you can. But you never, ever, ever give up. You never quit. You never, ever give up. So when the mountains are high, you can't get over it. When the valleys are so deep, you can't get off from under it. When the mountain's so wide, you can't get around it. Sometimes you got to go through the mountain. But remember this. All you got to do is ask for some help. You'll make it. Good morning to you. It's a great day to be alive. Transmitting truth. That's our daily bread for this day, August the 22nd.
Thanks for joining us for today's encouragement from the Our Daily Bread devotional. I'm Kirsten Holmberg, and I titled our reading, Transmitting Truth. Without the ability to see their grandchildren in person due to risk of infection, many grandparents sought new ways of connecting during the COVID-19 pandemic. A recent survey showed that many grandparents adopted texting and social media as a means to maintain their precious bond with their grandchildren. Some even worshiped with their extended families by video call. One of the most wonderful ways parents and grandparents can influence their children is by passing down the truths of Scripture. In Deuteronomy 4, Moses charged God's people to not forget the things they'd seen about God or let them fade from their hearts. He went on to say that sharing these things with their children and their children's children would enable them to learn to revere him and to live according to his truth in the land he was giving them. The relationships God gives us with our families and friends are certainly meant to be enjoyed. By God's design, they're also intended to be a conduit to convey his wisdom from one generation to another, training them in righteousness and equipping them for every good work. When we share God's truth and work in our lives with the next generation, whether by text, call, video, or in-person conversation, we equip them to see and enjoy his work in their own lives. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 9 through 14. Only be careful and watch yourselves closely so that you do not forget the things your eyes have seen or let them fade from your heart as long as you live. Teach them to your children and to their children after them. Remember the day you stood before the Lord your God at Horeb, when he said to me, assemble the people before me to hear my words, so that they may learn to revere me as long as they live in the land, and may teach them to their children. You came near and stood at the foot of the mountain while it blazed with fire to the very heavens, with black clouds and deep darkness. Then the Lord spoke to you out of the fire. You heard the sound of words, but saw no form. There was only a voice. He declared to you his covenant, the 10 Commandments, which he commanded you to follow, and then wrote them on 2 stone tablets. And the Lord directed me at that time to teach you the decrees and laws you are to follow in the land that you are crossing the Jordan to possess. Let's pray. Thank you, God, for the legacy of faith you've passed on generation to generation through the Bible and those who've shared with us. Please help us to lovingly impart that legacy to others. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you for listening today. My name is Kirsten Holmberg, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Well, it's time to get up now. Okay. Here's the general. Airborne. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Airborne. Every day. We run to the sun.
No sweat.
Not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knees. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that.
Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go.
Here we go.
All the way.
All the way.
Time
to ride sunshine, people. All the way. When I was young, always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, needs a breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight.
All the way.
Oh yeah. Where's that 141 at? Where's it at? Somebody break it.
On. All the way. Airborne, airborne, all the way. Driving on.
Okay, the 123 will do. Order 130. In the drizzling rain, well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump, that's the said 1 minute to go. Green light lead to the green blow.
All the way.
All right, that's the way to get up in the morning. That's the way to do it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
All the way, airborne, airborne, all the way. Driving on.
Driving on. Here we go. All the way. Rough and tough. Airborne. All the way. All right, now we we got to do our run. It's Monday morning. We got to run. Okay, who's going to call Cadence this morning? Anybody calling? Hey. All right, get off the range. Get off the range. Come on. There we go.
Rangers, all the way. Here we go.
C-130 rolling down the strip. C-130 rolling down the strip. Airborne daddy gonna take a little trip. Mission unknown, nation unknown. Well, we don't even know if we're coming home.
Stand up, hook up.
Shuffle to the door.
Stand up, hook up, shuffle to the door.
And jump right out and count to 4.
Jump right out and count to 4.
Woo!
If my main
Don't open wide. Come on now.
don't open wide,
Well, I got a reserve by my side. And if that one should fail me too, look out below, 'cause I'm coming through. Woo! If I die on the O-drop zone, box me up and send me home. Let's do it. Tell my girl I did my best. And bury me in the leading rest. Oh, let's get it. Had a man born. St. Peter gonna say, how'd you earn your living? How'd you earn your pay? And I will reply with a little bit of anger. Not really. Not really. As an airborne ranger, driving on all day, 11B infantry. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's where you get it. That's where you start your morning, ladies and gentlemen. You got to start it. And now, of course, we pay homage to all of our armed forces of these United States of America. Not that. There we go. Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened there. Oh, there we go. Okay. We always got to pay homage to our service members: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard, and that new one, whichever name of it is, Space Force. Still haven't figured out what they do, but I'm sure they're doing something. All right. And also, good morning to Montgomery Sanitation Department. Good morning, guys. It may be a little raining today, but as you always do, you handle it. Good morning, Montgomery Police Department, Dale Albert. Good morning to the mayor, Mayor Stephen Reed, and all the other dignitaries that happen to tune in first thing in the morning because you listen to the smartest guy on radio in town. So I would tune in too. You never can tell what prognostication I may have. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. And good morning, Maxwell and Gunner Air Force Base. We realize that this is an Air Force town, and we gotta pay some respect here. Okay, we in their house right now, Army guys, Navy, Marine Corps. Gotta give respect to the Air Force. Besides, without the Air Force, there would be no airborne. And the Marines wouldn't have any place to go because, well, they don't like walking too far. What can I tell you? And of course, last but certainly not least, the United States Marine Corps, whose motto is Semper Fidelis. But the Marines had a hard time pronouncing that, so we just cut it short, Semper Fi. But whether it's Semper Fidelis or Semper Fi, it all means the same thing. Every day, every hour, every minute, always, always faithful. Good morning, Jarheads. Sure like to have me a set of them dress blues. But I want to earn them. I don't want you to give them to me. Like give me basic training on the weekends or something. I could do it. I'd make it through it. Oh, yeah, I'd do it. I can make it. Yeah, I don't believe I could, but I could. I died trying. I'd do it. And good morning, and good morning. Now, you know, I always got my audio thing this morning, which I got it. So I got to take a break, come back. It's about legacy. And this is what some people got a hard time understanding. Like what happened Friday night at Crampton Bowl, not blaming the school or anything like that, because they had nothing to do with this. But you know, we're gonna give you an honor piece on legacy and what your name means. Because everybody in South Bend knew who the Browns were. Okay, everybody knew. We knew that was a crazy family. Everybody in town. Now listen, if you want to be known for the rest of your life and your family name destroyed and all that stuff, then keep doing what you're doing, young folks. Okay, just keep doing what you're doing. Okay, and some old folks too. Yeah, some old folks too. I mean, your name, at the end of the day, the only thing you have is your name. And when that's gone, forget about it. Put a fork in it. You done. Anyway, we'll be right back after these commercial messages.
First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers.
Over here, over there, we can hit the dusty trail, and those streets can go rolling and on.
Today, we're mostly cloudy when it's not actively raining, and that's in the 80s today, so a few peaks of sunshine. Those on-and-off showers and storms possible late morning into the afternoon, even to the early evenings as well. So we'll keep an eye on those on-and-off rain chances thanks to a stalled out boundary pushing once again through the deep south, and that will keep rain chances elevated for the entire work week. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Your Monday kicks off with no major problems or accidents. Interstate systems moving smoothly into and through the Tri-County area from Clanton, Albany, Greenville. No problems on 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. At ReinhardtToyota.com, you can see and purchase vehicles that are on order and haven't arrived yet. Get the Toyota you want at ReinhardtToyota.com. Buckle up, it's the law for Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes. But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires.
If there's any esport that can always make it bigger
Dress
and
me
better,
up
it's
in
Call of
army
Duty.
green.
The World Series of Warzone 2022 was just announced for August and September with a global prize pool of $600,000. The Battle Royale tournament qualifiers is open to any team of 3 in North America and Europe.
Took away my blue jeans and dressed me up in army green. Whoa, 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 whoa. Mm-mm. Buenos días, señor. Mama, can't you see? Mm-mm.
We're here to give you the news, weather, and traffic you need, and the music you love.
I'm sure I'm going to say something interesting. I'm not exactly sure when that's going to be, but I'll say something interesting. Hopefully I will. Anyway.
Simply to play their music. Don't let radio go silent. Text local to find.
Took away my blue jeans. Took away my blue jeans. Dressed me up in army green.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods for fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Blue Star medicated ointment gets 5-star reviews from our loyal users for fast relief of the pain and itch of almost any skin irritation.
Blue Star soothes insect bites and fungal infections.
It really works on the summer rashes I get every year.
I had psoriasis on my elbows. Blue Star worked wonders.
Amazing stuff. Smear it on and the itch is gone.
Look for the white box with the Blue Star in the first aid section. Feel Blue Star.
Took away my blue jeans. Dressed me up in army green.
Join us for a summer full of clean weekends, celebrations, and the best biscuits in town. For ticket information, go to biscuitbaseball.com or call the box office at 323-BALL.
Russell Wilson here. The Play 60, United Way, and the NFL help your kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Something.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60. Are you guys going to do that every time? Yes, of course. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
He is the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Legacy. There's power in your name.
Legacy. That's what we're talking about this morning.
McDonald's is a last name. Abercrombie and Fitch, last names. Armani is a last name. Baskin Robbins is a last name. Chrysler is a last name. Fisher Price, Gucci, Hennessy, Harley Davidson, Hilton, Honda, Kohl's, Kraft Foods, Lowe's Movie Theater, Marriott is a last name. Maybach is a last name. Nordstrom is a last name. Pillsbury is a last name. Porsche is a last name. Procter & Gamble, 2 last names. Rolls-Royce, Charles Rolls, Henry Royce, last names. Turner Broadcast System, Ted Turner, last name. Versace, last name. Wells Fargo, Henry Wells, William Fargo, last name. Walgreens, last name. Wrigley's, last name. Welch's Grape Juice, last name. Here you are, you think you're buying a product. You are not
Buying a last name.
You think you're wearing a product. Hey, look at this product. No, you're saying, look at this family. And what you don't know is while you're making every family rich, you're making yourself broke. So you done went to one family called Wells Fargo and got $200,000 so you can go to another family called Rolls Royce so you can give them money and get yourself a car so you can go back to the hood and see the Joneses and say, look at what I got. Meanwhile, Wells Fargo, that family sitting up being rich, and Harley Davidsons and Rolls Royce are being rich, and the Joneses are sitting there holding up people's stuff saying, look at what we did and we broke. What if I told you that your blessing is attached to your name? That part of the reason why you're not wealthy yet is because you keep trying to make Yolanda wealthy. You keep trying to make Tasha wealthy. What if you made Johnson's wealthy? What if you started thinking about your kids? What if you started thinking about your legacy? What if God started dropping Canaan and opening up windows of heaven? Because now you're not just thinking about you, you're thinking kingdom. There are some people who are attached to you who say, Mama, can you do something with this name? There's some people who are saying, Dad, can you do something with this name? Maybe God gave you the name to change and reverse some of the stuff that the name meant one day. I wish there was somebody in this room that said my name might mean one thing right now, but I promise after today, this name's getting ready to change. I promise after today, everybody's going to want my last name. I'm here to let you know you are a cursed by God. You're thinking kingdom. You are not just getting married, you're breaking a curse. You are not just graduating from college, you're breaking a curse. You are not just getting out of high school, you're breaking a curse. You are not just saved, you're breaking a curse. And everybody around you is about to be blessed because of what God is ready to do in your life. I don't know what my name meant before I got here, but I know what's going to mean before I leave. You got a legacy. Power in your name. A legacy is something that is passed down. It is your mark. It is your footprint in the earth. It is your contribution to the world. Your legacy is something that is passed down. It is your mark. It is your footprint in the earth. It is your contribution to the world. I don't care about legacy. I'm single. I don't care about legacy. I don't have no kids. I don't care about legacy. My family never cared about me. I don't care about them. My life is my own. Why do I need to even think about legacy? Well, here's the thing I have to say to you. The thing you need to know is this. You are leaving a legacy whether you want to or not. Everybody in this room is going to leave a legacy. The question is, are you going to be intentional about the legacy you're leaving? Are you actually going to be intentional, or are you just going to let anything be passed down, anything be given to others on your behalf? Don't let it be so. It's like this past weekend, I went out to go preach. And when I went to go preach, I went into a city and I rented a car. When I went to the rental car, they said, go downstairs in the garage, you can grab any car. When I went down there were only 2 cars. There was one car that looked like it wouldn't make it past Monday, and then there was another car. So I went to this car, but when I got into the car smelled like cigarette smoke. And so I took off with the car because, I'm just like, hey, let me get out of here. And so I'm driving the car for a couple of days. When I bring the car back, drop off the keys, they say, hey, you have any problems with the car? I said, no problem with the car. They said, all right, cool. I leave. And they said, I looked on my email and they billed me $350. How you going to charge me? I never smoked a day in my life. They said, sorry, sir, you brought the car back smelling like cigarettes. I said, no, I didn't bring the car back smelling like cigarettes. Y'all brought me a car that smelled like cigarettes. They said, no, all we know is that you brought us a car with cigarettes, so you have to pay the price. Can I tell you something? That is a picture of many of our lives. Some of us lived a life that stunk so bad. And many of you are paying a price for a life that you didn't live, but somebody lived before you, and they handed you down a name or a life that stunk so bad that now you got to pay forever for it. And I'm here to let you know, stop giving people this dirty, nasty, stinky life. Why don't you build a legacy so when somebody gets into the car of your life, they want to say thank you instead of, I can't believe what you did to me. Everybody here has struggled with an addiction that's not yours. It was an addiction that your family didn't deal with. It was an addiction that your father just overlooked. And so it got passed down to you. And now you're struggling with this addiction. But truthfully, if you track the addiction, your father had it, and your grandfather had it, and your great-grandmother had it, and your whole family had it. And because they didn't deal with it, because they weren't thinking legacy, now you're driving in a car that you got to pay for. And God is saying, the buck stops here. That this is it. I put you in the earth because you're about to stop some stuff.
Well,
I know people who went to go buy a house. When they went to go buy a house, they saw their credit report, and the credit score was so jacked up. And when they saw the report, they realized that mama had gave out their social security number to the whole family. And everybody done rented stuff and didn't pay back, and everybody had electric bills and cell phones that don't even exist no more. Why? Because somebody didn't care about legacy, and they handed you a bill, and now you can't walk in Canaan, not because of your issues, but because of issues that were passed down. God forbid you are sitting in this place saying, I don't care about legacy. You need to care about it, because somebody's got to live in the life you have. You are passing something down whether you want to or not. Why are you the only one who knows how to make that apple pie everybody loved?
Because you didn't share.
Why are you the only one who knows how? So you mean tell me, can't nobody else make that sweet potato pie recipe but you? So you're going to just die, and you're not going to tell nobody what the secret was.
That's where we did it.
Even Colonel Sanders left his secret. Now, come on now. Even Colonel Sanders say, y'all make some good chicken, but when I'm gone, y'all going to keep making it. What I'm saying to you is, why is it That you're the only one. So you own all this real estate and you didn't share that with nobody. You're not going to tell nobody how to do that. You're the only successful marriage in your family. You're not going to tell nobody. You're gonna hoard this information so you can be the only one who wins. You have lost. You have lost. You have lost. And I'm telling you that you are going to have to look at your life and recognize that everything you are doing right now is having major and great impact. If you're going to leave a legacy, you're going to have to remember how you started, but focus on how you finished. I don't want you to forget how you started. I don't want you to forget that father wasn't there. I don't want you to forget some of the conditions that you were raised in. I don't want you to forget some of the rejection, some of the pain. Nope, I want you to remember how you started, but do not for 1 second let it dictate how you're going to finish. There's somebody in this room saying, Pastor, I don't understand. I hear you, but this sermon got me all messed up. I was feeling good. And then you done preach this sermon, and now I'm thinking about the 60 years of my life I've wasted. I'm thinking about the 60 years of hurt I caused. I'm thinking about the 60 years of stuff I did. I got some college student who's sitting here saying, Pastor, I wish I heard this word in my junior year in high school. I wish I heard this word in my sophomore year in high school, because I did some stuff as a sophomore that I'm still paying for now. I did some stuff as a senior that I'm still paying for now. Can I tell you something? Your yesterday may have been jacked up, but God knows how to take the old and make it new. I came to preach to somebody today and let you know your first 60 years was jacked up, but your next 60 days, God says, I will turn it into such impact. I will give it such greatness that you won't even remember some of the stuff that you jacked up. Legacy is built now, but experienced later. If you are going to leave a legacy, you got to start building now. I'm talking to college students. Okay, don't wait. Oh, when I graduate in 4 years, I'm just gonna live it out. And then when I graduate, I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna get serious about my life. Can I tell you something? I know 40-year-olds who are living under the consequence of things they did from 18 to 22. And they thought that when they left school, that they left the issue, not realizing that the issue followed them all the way into their adulthood. I'm telling you that right now you are a builder. Right now, you have to start building your life. Now, you got to start building credit. Now, you got to start building your finances. Now, you got to think like a farmer. A farmer thinks sowing. I'm sowing seeds, realizing that I'm not going to reap this until later. Your last name is bigger than your first name. I don't care how you got your name, but you need to be living for your last name. Well, your first name is about you, but your last name is about us.
Legacy. What does your name say about you? First name is about you, but your last name is about us. Wow, what powerful words that is. What powerful, powerful words. Leave a legacy. What does your name say about you? And good morning. I hope you got something out of that. I did. Every time I hear it, it just makes me perk up. That's why I try to straighten my credit up now. I don't want my son to walk into a place to get something on credit and they look and say, what's your last name again? I don't think so. Anyway, good morning to you. Now it's time for the lessons of life. But that was a big lesson of life right there today. That legacy. Okay? Legacy. What's in your name? Okay, I'm just saying you might, because once you leave this earth, the only thing you leave behind is your name. And either people are going to think of you fondly or they'll think of you not so fond. Anyway, it's up to you. Now, it is time for lessons of life and the word of the day. Now, the word of the day is an interesting word because these are things that happen to people sometimes. Now, they don't know it, but it does happen to you. And a lot of times you are the last person to find out. But the word itself is ostracize. O-S-T-R-A-C-I-Z-E. O-S-T-R-A-C-I-Z-E. For our military friends, that's Oscar, Sierra, Tango, Romeo, Alpha, Charlie, India, Zulu, and Echo. Yeah, I still remember that. Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, you don't forget that stuff. Anyway, so ostracized. What does that mean? Well, if you've ever been to school, if you've ever been part of a group, you may have been the benefactor of it, even if you didn't know what it meant. But here's what it means. It means to exclude from a group by common consent. Like Marjorie Greene. Yeah, a lot of folks decided, a lot of people in the Republican Party decided to leave her behind, but she didn't know it. Well, she knows it now because they all got together and ostracized her. And they do the same thing to Trump and everybody else. I mean, it's being put out as an organization like Sabrina Martin, who did. She got screwed glued by the Democratic Party because I'm not a favorite of Democratic Party anyway. But you know what? If you're gonna have a group, but she was ostracized. She was excluded from the party by common consent. We also call that a plebiscite, which means that you give all the power to one person to make a decision for everybody else. But anyway, that's a whole different story. We'll get to that later on. But anyway, so if you ever hear the word "let's ostracize him," then that means everybody's going to agree that you history. You might want to look that up. And if you get an evaluation report and it evaluates it, well, the members of our company have decided to ostracize Elkins. Well, you won't be there long. No, you won't be there long. You'll be there. So don't put too much stuff. Don't put too many pictures on the wall in your office or anything like that because you'll be gone pretty soon. I'm just saying you might want to leave a couple of pictures up just in case they decide to take you back. But you're on a short leash. Okay. Now, what are the lessons of life today? So ostracize, to exclude from a group by common consent. Okay, then. Now, this lesson of life this morning is an interesting one. Okay? Because if you think about it, and if you really think for a second here, you know what? You have to say Elkins is right again. Lessons of life. Courage. Big word. 7 letters. Courage. Well, courage does not mean that you don't fear something. It means that there is something, at least at the moment, that is more important than fear. Okay. Again, courage does not mean you do not fear. It means there is something right now, this second, that is more important than you being scared of something. So every once in a while, as we go through life, we have to summon courage. We have to do it. And if you've never had to do it, then you haven't done much. Okay? Yeah, I'm just telling you, you might want to think of that for a second. Courage does not mean you do not fear. Jumping out of an airplane is not a natural thing. It's not something but me and thousands of my comrades got in the door of those airplanes and jumped out, scared as I don't know what. But we did it because it was something that had to be done. People who go into battle, it's not that they are brave, because at that moment, there is something more important than fear. And until you find that, then you really haven't lived yet. You got to find something worth putting it all on the line for, because until you do that, you haven't begun to live yet. So every once in a while, summon some courage. And those are my lessons of life for today. It is August the 22nd. It is the 234th day of this year. There are 131 days left in this year. On August 22nd, 1851, the schooner America outraced more than a dozen British vessels off the English coast to win the trophy that came to be known as America's Cup. In 1787, John Fitch demonstrated his steamboat on the Delaware River to delegates from the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia. In 1910, Japanese annexed Korea, which remained under Japanese control until the end of World War II. In 1932, the British Broadcasting Corporation, or otherwise known as the BBC, conducted its first experimental television broadcast using a 30-line mechanical system. In 1956, on this day, President Dwight David Eisenhower and Vice President Richard Nixon were nominated for the second terms of office by the Republican National Convention in San Francisco. 1972, President Richard Nixon was nominated for a second term of the office of the Republican National Convention in Miami Beach, Florida. 1978 was the year President Jomo Kenyatta, a leading figure in Kenya's struggle for independence, he died. Vice President Daniel Arap Moi was sworn in as acting president. The year was 1986. I'm headed to Honolulu, having a great time, getting over there, watching a mailer, and Mr. Marcos show up with a bunch of shoes in an airplane. I'll tell you about that later on. Kerr McGee Corporation agreed to pay the estate of the late Karen Silkwood $1.3 million, settling a 10-year-old nuclear contamination lawsuit. The Rob Reiner coming of age film Stand By Me was put into wide release by Columbia Pictures. The year was 1989. Black Panthers co-founder Huey P. Newton was shot to death in Oakland, California. The gunman, Tyrone Robinson, was later sentenced to 32 years in prison. In 1992, the second day of the Ruby Ridge siege in Idaho, an FBI sharpshooter killed Vicki Weaver, the wife of white separatist Randy Weaver. The sharpshooter later said he was targeting the couple's friend, Kevin Harris, and didn't see Vicki. I'm still trying to figure out why we were shooting with sharpshooters at American citizens. Because of what we thought they thought. I will always have a problem with what they did at Ruby Ridge. Okay. 1996, President Bill Clinton signed welfare legislation ending guaranteed cash payments to the poor and demanding that you get out and work for your money. You work hard for the money. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'll get to that some other time. All right then. And actually, I kind of liked him for that. That's pretty good. That's good stuff. I thought, working for your money has always been a good thing to do. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, let me get out of here for this hour and get on to something else. But we got a lot of things to talk about today. Mainly, well, I'll save that till the next hour, because for those who won't like it, we'll turn the radio off. We don't want you to do that. I want you to at least hear what I'm going to propose. Okay? All right then. And Fernando Morgan is going to do a write-in campaign. I think it's a great idea. Will it work? We'll have to see. Good morning to you, Montgomery. It's time to rise and shine and be thankful. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning.
This is 1440. Good morning, I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Monday.
Why? Tell him that it's Mother Nature. Why? Aiming to be angry. Look it out.
White House says it's making more than 1 million monkeypox vaccine doses available starting today. And there's also an agreement to produce 5 million more doses. Health officials say that anyone can get it. New York is now reporting its first case in a minor, and last month the CDC identified 2 infected children. Now some sports news for you on this Monday morning. As NFL season is quickly approaching, lots of football fans wondering, where is Tom Brady, the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? He's taken nearly 2 weeks of absences during training camp. While his team calls Tom Brady from the team excused, his absence is a mystery, especially with training camp going on right now. The head coach of the Buccaneers says Tom Brady should be back to practice sometime this week. That's your news on this Monday.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama.
This is the CBS World News Roundup, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. From heat and drought to buckets of rain, a monsoon storm system is slamming parts of the west and the south. Correspondent Omar Villafranca is in Dallas.
Torrential rain poured across North Texas overnight, flooding streets. In Utah, search and rescue efforts are underway for at least one hiker who may have been swept into a flooded river. In eastern Utah, floodwaters rushed through the streets and forced people to carry children out of washed-out businesses.
And this is nuts.
As patrons pushed their way out of knee-deep water in partially submerged restaurants.
Russia has just accused Ukraine of staging a deadly car bombing that killed the daughter of a top Putin confidant. Correspondent Vicky Barker is at the foreign desk.
Russia's main spy agency has just alleged what many Russian commentators were already claiming, that Ukrainian intelligence organized the car bomb killing of Daria Dugina, the 30-year-old daughter of far-right ideologue Alexander Dugin. It's believed he was the intended target. He's a vocal ally of President Vladimir Putin.
Former President Trump's lawyers plan to ask a judge to appoint a neutral party to review and possibly return evidence taken by the FBI during the search at Mar-a-Lago. The Justice Department has until Thursday to submit redactions in the search warrant's underlying affidavit. Mike Turner, top Republican on the House Intelligence Committee.
What's important about this affidavit is it'll give us the information to understand how did the FBI justify raiding Mar-a-Lago and spending 9 hours in the president's house. When we know the former president's home, they had other options besides just raiding the house. They could have gone and asked for the subpoena to be enforced.
Police in Arkansas are investigating a violent arrest caught on video. It shows a man being attacked by officers as he's pinned to the ground. Former Officer Keith Taylor at the John Jay College of Criminal Justice.
We're punching in the face. It was unrelenting. I can understand if you're in a battle with the person, but you got one person laying on him and the other person kicking the heck out of his legs or lower body. Those are serious uses of force.
The sheriff says police had responded to a call about a man making terroristic threats against a gas station employee. He refused treatment before he was taken to jail. The moment finally arrived for Game of Thrones fans last night.
The gods have yet to make a man who lacks the patience for absolute power your grace.
Spin-off House of the Dragon premiered on HBO. No spoilers here, but George R.R. Martin tells the New York Times it has everything needed for a successful successor show. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need cash out of your home and a simple way to get it, Rocket can.
For more than 60 years, AARP has been fighting to make prescription drugs more affordable for older Americans. AARP CEO Joanne Jenkins weighs in on the recent signing of the Inflation Reduction Act.
For the first time, Medicare will be able to negotiate with drug companies for lower prices, and starting in 2025, seniors with Medicare Part D drug plans will have out-of-pocket costs capped at $2,000 a year.
To learn more, visit aarp.org/rx.
Have you ever thought you'd like to buy and sell houses but didn't know how or where to get the money? My name is Ron LeGrand, and over the past 40 years, I've bought over 3,000 houses without using my money or credit and taught thousands to do the same. Today, even in a virtual environment, we buy nice houses in nice neighborhoods using no banks, realtors, contractors, or other costly entanglements, and build huge cash flow and wealth without the hassle of tenants, all without credit and little or no money. Text OFFER to 99799 and I'll send you my free training. That's OFFER to 99799.
Meet the cat with a rare genetic mutation.
A cat in Harrison, Arkansas is two-faced. No, really. The pet was actually born with two faces. The rare condition is known as a Janus cat, when a cat is born with two heads. It's caused by excess protein production in the womb. Local reports say Ariel Contreras named the cat Harvey, after the Batman villain Two-Face. The cat has one of everything except for the extra skull. There have only been a handful of cases of Janus cats in the modern era. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
It was a sellout in the UK.
All right, big chicken, come at me.
Now the Big Mac's making room for a new fast food sibling here. McDonald's says it'll be testing a chicken Big Mac in the Miami area later this month. It's made with 2 crispy tempura chicken patties, Big Mac sauce, pickles, shredded lettuce, and American cheese. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Hey folks, this is Major Delay. Not too long ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Now, few things are as important as the health of my feet. First order of business, have your feet checked by a podiatrist. Without hesitation, I told my doctor I'm going to Dr. Brian Killis with Greenville Foot Care. I went to his clinic on Winton Blunt behind Baptist East. The staff was friendly and professional. I was in and out in less than 30 minutes. And in that short span of time, with a few simple observations, Dr. Killy shed light on 2 major issues I had had with my feet and ankles all my life. I was amazed. Not only was the checkup quick and easy, I felt comfortable and informed. He even recommended certain running shoes that better fit the structure of my feet. And your insurance even pays for annual visits to a podiatrist to better your health. No referral necessary for most insurance. Hey, walk, crawl, limp, roll, any way you can get there, but see Dr. Brian Kelly at Greenville Foot Care. Call for an appointment at 334-265-7585 or check out greenvillefootcare.com.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
Matt Parsley here, your friend in the car business. Did you know that the average value of a new car plummets in the first week? Why wait 6 months, 12 months, 18 months to get your new car when you can buy a like new car and save thousands? At Budget, there's no new car depreciation. Budget buys in volume, and that enables us to pass the savings on to you. Unlike other dealers, you can shop nearly every make and model, side-by-side comparison. They look like new, they drive like new, so why pay the difference if you can't tell the difference? Find simple interest loans with no prepayment penalties. 100% credit approval is our goal. And if you want to sell your car, we'll buy it on the spot. No trade-in required. We'll find someone to love it like a first date. We guarantee we'll find it a good home. College student, first-time buyer. We buy cars. We buy trucks. We buy vans. We buy SUVs on the spot. 15 minutes or less. Up to $2,172 over Kelly Blue Book value. Get budgetized and become part of the Budget family. 61 Mendel Parkway or 508 McQueen Smith Road, Prattville. Online, buybudgetonline.com. That's buybudgetonline.com.
Waiting was such a mistake. That's one of the things we hear most after we've successfully treated one of our patients for erectile dysfunction. At Montgomery Men's Health, we want you to know first and foremost that waiting is a mistake, because the longer you wait, the more difficult it can be to treat your ED. Using what you've got is important, not just for your relationship, but for your overall health. There's some truth to the phrase, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. At Montgomery Men's Health, we'll fight for your ability to consistently perform.
If you don't use it, you lose it.
In fact, you might even find you performing like we only treat ED and low T at Montgomery Men's Health, and we've successfully treated many men reported to be effective in nearly 90% of cases. We also have a full complement of treatments, including acoustic wave therapy, so you get the one that works best for you. So don't wait. Make an appointment. For just $99, you'll get a medical consultation, blood work, and a medically advised test nurse. Call today, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
We tried Dynavite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of weeks, our little Gizmo was acting like a puppy again. His coat was shinier, he had a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynavite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynavite nutritional supplements for dogs at Dynavite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynavite.
If you're 19 with certain underlying medical conditions such as asthma or diabetes, you can get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're 65 or older, it is also recommended you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. No matter the season, talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. A message from the American Lung Association and collaboration with Pfizer.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese to Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Give away all my sadness. Okay. Good morning to you. How's everybody doing? Trust me, if you woke up this morning on top of the ground and the ground's not on top of you, you should be exuberant today. I know you got some issues. I know you got some problems. We all got them. Okay. Even though I sound happy-go-lucky, which I am 98% of the time, but still I got issues. We all got issues. But if you are still here, that means you can work with them. You can fix it. So feel good. You should greet each day more enthusiastically than you've ever greeted any day before, because those days are gone and this one wasn't promised. So you know what I'm saying? Be enthusiastically gratuitous for this day. Okay, there are a lot of people didn't make it to this morning. Okay, a lot of folks didn't. So no matter what's happening to you, no matter what's happening to you, it's not that bad. Okay, I'm just telling you, it could be a lot worse. Okay, that's all I'm just telling you. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. All right, so what I'm going to talk about today? I'm talking about a lot of things today. First of all, I want to talk a couple minutes about well, first of all, unfortunately, there was an officer involved shooting down in Bay Minette, and I believe the person died. I wouldn't want to be a police officer today. Now they're going to run this guy through the rigmarole. I don't know. Maybe you should be. Anytime you take somebody's life, I guess you ought to be able to justify doing it. But boy, that's a hard job to have. Come to think about it, I remember last week where we were talking about how do we get more policemen. And I got to tell you something. For the first time, it seems that money is not the answer. money. Some people saying, hell with this job. They don't care how much money you're paying. But I don't know now. You throw $20,000 my way as a sign-in bonus, and that'll get a brother this. That'll change. I could pay off the car that way. I mean, so I don't know. 20 grand to get me to be a policeman, though. I would. Okay, now they probably wouldn't take me because I'm too old. But I'm just saying that $20,000 sign-in bonus. Now that'll get some policemen. Okay, at least. Okay, don't tell me about that $5,000 bonus. By the time they get done taking taxes out of it, it ain't $5,000 anymore anyway. So you gotta give me somewhere I can clear $5,000 or $10,000. So give me $20,000. Put out a $20,000 thing there, and what you'll find is that you get some. At least by the time they get done eating it, they're taking your money. At least you got $10,000, $15,000 or so. But to give me $5,000, hell, by the time you get that's just enough to pay rent. I'm just saying, if y'all get serious about it, if you really want some quality people, you might want to think about giving that $20,000 to somebody to make them be a policeman. Okay, I'm just saying, because somebody needs $20,000 right now. Somebody needs it. Now you got to go through all the training and all that stuff. That's true. If you can't make it through the training, the bet's off. I got you. Kind of like if you can't make it through basic training, then we can't call you a soldier. I'm just saying you might want to think about that. But 20,000. Now, how many people? Okay, raise your hand. How many people right now without a job, young person, right now, would sign up for the police department if they successfully got through basic training, and they call it police academy, I call it basic training. If they got through that, they could get $20,000. Man, we would have so many people lined up outside right now trying to be a policeman. I'm trying to tell you. So y'all haven't made the offer good enough. $20,000, and I guarantee you right now. Matter of fact, Mr. Mayor, I'm telling you right now, give people a $20,000 bonus for signing for once they successfully make it through basic training. And I guarantee you today, right now, before I get off the air this morning, you'll have 20 people down in front of the police department trying to sign up. 20 grand. But you must successfully make it through, basic training. They call it something else, but I call it basic training. That's what. Because if you can't make it through that, then you're useless anyway. So I'm just saying, you'd have a whole lot of policemen down there this morning. Okay, so money talk in the Bravo Sierra, well, that walks. I'm just trying to tell you so. So Mayor, I have just solved your problem. Let's say you got to pay. Let's say $240, you got to pay $100,000. That means you got 5 new officers up, and that's a one-time payment. Then you go back to your regular pay. I'm just thinking it's a good idea. 860-1440 is the number. That's got to be 860-1440. Tell me anybody out there that wouldn't sign up for $20,000 sign-in bonus. Oh yeah, I'm on it. As a matter of fact, if that does come to fruition, I may go down there with my old butt and see if I can put. I think I can make it through basic. I think I could. Basic training. I think I can do it. I may not. Okay, well, I could probably push that automobile, but I probably wouldn't be able to do the. I probably wouldn't be able to. I don't know, but I try. I give it a shot. For $20,000, I give it a shot. But anyway, I believe. That's me. But I believe I can make it through. I believe. I mean, I made it through RIP. Okay, I was like 21 then, but I'm just saying I'm in pretty good shape now, I think. Okay, maybe I'm lying to myself. Okay, I'm maybe not in such good shape right now. I probably failed the eye test right now, though. Anyway, I got some serious issues I want to talk about this morning, but let's see who this is first. Good morning. Who's this? Yep. Dr. J, how you doing? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Really? Right. Yeah, and I don't know anybody. Right. Pigs. Yeah, you pork. Yeah, yeah. Listen, which is where we're headed to. But now I don't know any group of people that call themselves monkey. So I don't know why they would think that that would be somehow insulting to a group of people. And if there were people that call themselves monkey, well then they don't mind having something named after them. uh, well, let's just say those are our backdoor clients. Okay, okay, I'll just say that. All right. Yeah. Oh well. Hey, appreciate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the preponderance of people who get in this thing are guys who indulge in extracurricular activities, shall we say, on the down low side. I ain't mad at them. Hey, do something. You do you, and that's fine. Before I get to something seriously here. Good morning. Good morning. Well, you wouldn't have got the monkeypox unless it was a guy. So we good. Yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, with the monkey. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Right, 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 right. Well, maybe they trying to be. We got this course we have to go through at Cumulus called DEI. I don't exactly forgot what it stands for. I think it stands for inclusiveness and whatever diversity and stuff. So maybe they were trying to be, maybe that's part of the DEI program. Okay. Now I will tell you one thing. Now, because of our country, I will tell you that. And somebody asked me the other day, said, "Well, do you believe that a white child, would accept a black Santa Claus? What you think?" Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's true. Well, that's true. I agree with that. Yeah. You're right. Right. Well, that's true. Now that is a good question. I never thought about it. So, I think you got to stay on the lease for 24 months, right? And if not, you owe them the money back because unless you get through off, unless we fire you. And if we fire, then all bets are off. But if you decide to quit voluntarily, that's a good idea. I think you ought to give them at least 2 years. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, no, I didn't see that. Wow, that's and again, why are policemen walking off the job? They're walking off the job because we have politicized the police force. You know, yeah. Hmm. Interesting. But I will tell you one thing: $20,000 sign-on bonus will get my attention. you know, right? What is it going to cost us in the long run if we cannot fill the ranks? Right? Yeah. Yeah. Mm. All right. We'll see. Of course, we could always hire mercenaries, but now then they wouldn't know who to shoot. Anyway, good morning to you. Let's talk about something serious before I get to anything today. Friday afternoon, or Friday night at the football game. I think it was between Lee and somebody. My son's school, and evidently somebody shot some. But now to be clear, it did not happen inside the game. It did not happen. It happened on the outside, and therefore the school is not responsible for anything that happens at Crampton Bowl. So we don't need to disparage the school whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I'm somewhat elated by my son's not complaining this year so far. He said, he said they still make a lot of noise and stuff, but he said for the most part, though, because he's in the impact program, whatever that is, and he gets to leave the campus and go other places and do other things, so that's pretty good. But he said it's not as bad as it was. So somebody got the memo, somebody. So maybe we are, mentioned. And I've decided, and here's what I decided. I decided something else, not to talk to the superintendent until around October, because give a guy a chance to get in there and see. He got 100 days. He's got a 100-day plan right now. So we're gonna see how that. And by that time, that'll be 100 days, and we'll see how things are working out for him. So I'm not gonna, because it is not my intention to bludgeon the superintendent. He just got here. Again, though, my issue is philosophy, education philosophy. But anyway, somebody shot a weapon, and I saw the video. And here's my solution to some of this. I believe that we need to take that video, and we need to start and not I don't know who did the shooting, but I saw who was doing the fighting. I believe that parents ought to be dragged to the Board of Education as well as the Montgomery Police Department, and they need to be held accountable for what their children do. Okay. And again, I'm a single parent. I don't give a crap. Okay. I'm a single parent and I can't get no, I don't want to hear it. If we don't do something about the behavior of these young people, Montgomery, everybody who can leave will leave. When you cannot, and Mr. Mayor, we need to grab that video and we need to start hauling people's parents in. By the time it costs them enough money, and we can't be hauling the parents in for putting a piece of wood on that butt, and they're getting on the phone, my mama hit me. Give parents the authority to dispense discipline without fear of the police, because if there's two ways kids gonna get disciplined. They're going to get disciplined either by their parents or downtown at the jail. Okay, one way or another, they're going to get introduced to discipline. But it is time we start holding parents accountable for what their children do at these public events. We got video of everything, and we need to find out who some of these kids are, and we need to bring them into court or to the Board of Education and to downtown. We need to get tough. And again, I don't want to hear nothing else about I'm a single parent. That's your problem. You had them, you picked the guy, I don't care. Those kids are your responsibility. And if you can't handle them, then put them up for adoption. So don't give them to me. don't bring them my way. Okay. I'm just saying we need to make an example out of some people in this city before we don't have a city. Okay. We really do. We need to make an example out of a lot of them. Unfortunately, it's going to suck to be you, but we need to do it. Or else we won't have a city. Okay, we'll be like Selma. We just come down there and march once a year and get the hell out of there quick. We'll see. I'm just saying we need to do something. Mr. Superintendent, hold these parents accountable, since obviously their children don't have the training at home. So bring them all downtown. Let's talk to them there. What say you, people? 860-1440 is our number here. Isn't it time we get a lot tougher on people who cause disruption at public events, guns, fighting? And if you didn't shoot the gun, why the hell are you hitting at people? I saw people beating the hell out of people down there. Why? Because they just happened to be in the area? No, we need to take that video and find all those kids and put them on notice. Anyway, we'll be back right after this.
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has all your dorm or remote learning and workplace solutions covered. This week, get 25% off desks, filing and storage solutions, lighting and decor, and more when you purchase any chair at Staples. In-store only on Friends 924. Explore solutions for your remote workspace at Staples, the working and learning store.
More wet weather anticipated as we head through this upcoming work week. Today, we're mostly cloudy when it's not actively raining, and that means most of you will probably hang out somewhere in the 80s today with only a few peaks of sunshine. Those on and off showers and storms possible late morning into the afternoon, even in the early evenings as well. So we'll keep an eye on those on and off rain chances thanks to a stalled out boundary pushing once again through the deep south, and that will keep rain chances elevated for the entire work week. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Right now, things are still looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Whether your credit's perfect or just plain bad, approval for an equity loan on your home or land is a phone call away. But you have to call. Call the A-Team at NCS in Wetumpka, 567-9000, and MLS 232-876. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes. But why are you not loving it with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pro.
Listen to News Radio 1440 at work. NewsRadio1440.com. At home through your Alexa or Google smart home device. Depend on it. News Radio 1440.
Almost 3 million people use Device for free.
Every once in a while, I make you smile.
But what do doctors have to say about Device? Here's Dr. Tony Farmer, a board-certified ear, nose, and throat specialist.
Most airborne allergens and viruses enter through your nose. When that happens, it can cause congestion and irritation, and that just makes you feel miserable. You can get a cold,
you can get cold, you can get the flu.
Even worse, flushing your nose with a saline solution is the most
effective way to flush all of those dangerous threats out of your nose. So now when patients come in my office, I tell them I highly recommend that you use Navage on a daily basis for overall good health and wellness.
And Navage is all natural and drug-free. At Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose. Healthy life.
Summer is here, so get out and enjoy the sun. At Taliesin, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's easy with the Make This the Summer event. The all-new Grand Wagoneer is here and ready for you and the great family fun. Summer is a blast in a new Dodge Charger or Dodge Challenger with 0% APR for 72 months. Make this the summer. Hop online. We're here by chat, text, and phone to help you. TaliesinAutomotive.com. Drive a little, save a lot. With the Approved Credit Plus financing and Chrysler Chevy. 13.88 $1,000 finance. The only change all factory instead of Suzuki Leasing.
When it's time to get a new vehicle, Larry Puckett Chevrolet is the best place to find your new Chevy or a great used car. New cars, SUVs, and trucks are being delivered daily, and Larry Puckett has their largest selection of vehicles in over a year. Check them out online at LarryPuckett.com or visit them on Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville. And if you have an extra vehicle, bring it in for an instant cash offer. Whether you're selling or trading, your vehicle will never be worth more. Larry Puckett Chevrolet, where the customers do the talking.
Hoops fans, Titus and Tate are back.
At church? And then my poor mother had to yell back at this lady, what happened in Raleigh?
Mark Titus and Tate Frazier are
Nothing.
basketball diehards, talking NBA, NCAA, and all things sports.
They don't know anyone. Yes, they don't know anything. Yeah. What is wrong with these guys? And to that we would say,
Listen and subscribe to Titus and Tate, free, wherever you get your podcasts, for the Westwood One Podcast Network, where the conversation starts.
You see miracles all the time at our children's hospital, but miracles never come easy. That's why, as great as children's hospitals are, they need our support to keep miracles happening. Put your money where the miracles are. Support your Children's Miracle Network Hospital.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Okay, so what do you guys think about my suggestion? I think it's a great idea. We need to start holding people accountable for what they do. And everybody wants to walk around with a cell phone and put it on Facebook. We know who the people are that's doing it. Let's go get them. Let's go get them. Enough of this excuse. I else nobody's going to live here. They're just not going to do it. Nobody's going to go out to the games. You think it's hard enough to get people now? I'm just telling you, we need to go after these people, and somebody will tell you who did the shooting outside the gate. Okay, again, this got nothing to do with the school, but somebody will tell you we need to start making examples out of some of these kids and their parents. Okay, because at the end of the day, ultimately, all of us who have children, who have kids underage, we're responsible for what they do. Okay, and really, this whole thing where I'm a single parent, I don't care. I don't care. Okay, remember this morning? You know, this morning's audio was legacy. You leave one. You're gonna leave a good one or a bad one. We really don't care about your single parenthood stuff. I don't care. Anyway, good morning. Who's this? Good morning, sir. Yes. Yeah, good. Exuberant. Right. Yes. Absolutely. Hmm. I would say that's accurate because it's not expected of them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. That'll make me sign up. That'll make me right, right. I think that's great. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I think mine was only a one tier solution, but you're absolutely right. We need to get them and keep them. Right. Right. But here's my thing. Right. The police budget and the fire budget are the biggest budgets that the city has to offer, that the city has. So it seems to me that the money is already there. If we're 100 and some officers short, then we already have the money because we're certainly not paying for the full load. So I don't know why we would as citizens would be asked to pay even more because we're not those ranks are not full right now, and they still and the budgets never go down. The budgets come up. So I'm just thinking, mhm, right, right. I think that's what the budget is. That they budget for that amount of police, like well, TOE. But let me ask something. I've never seen a police budget go down, and so they must. Well, right. Well, then why doesn't the budget ever? Right. Why doesn't the budget ever go down? That's a hell of a cost of living budget. you know, but I don't know that. Okay. Okay. Good suggestion. And interest. And again, what is the budget predicated on the TOE? Or is it predicated on what you actually have when it comes to payroll? Good morning. Who's this? I don't know. City Council had to tell me that. Good morning. Good morning, Ed. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Not really. No, no, no. I don't wish that. No, I do not. Okay. All right. Right. I'm here. I hear. All right, Ed. I hear. All right, that's enough, Ed. About see you later. See you later. See you later. Yeah, I hear it. Good morning. Who's this? You wasting your time. What's up? Yes. Mm-hmm. Is that where it is? Okay, I didn't know where it was. I don't get on that bus. I don't know where that bus be going. That's it. I don't have a clue. I let him pick it, whatever he wanted. I didn't say lock him up. I said held accountable. That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. Because when you come, okay, hold. Let me tell you why. Because according to the law and when you're at school, there's a phrase called loco parentis, which means that the teachers and administrators of that school are there in lieu of the parents. They have the same authority on that school that their kids' parents have as far as discipline and organization, according to the law. Again, they come under. But what happened didn't happen at the ball game. It happened outside Crampton Bowl. Had nothing to do with the game inside. Huh? Well, I agree with you. I think if they're under 18 years old, yeah, I agree with you. That's what I've been saying. Okay. Again, that's why you go through basic training. That's why you go through the training, and you have to complete the training in order to get the bonus. Well, again, you know, I don't know, but I'll let the folks with the brains bigger than mine figure that out. But I'm just telling you, first of all, we got to get somebody applying for it. Okay, I'm gonna put my hand on my hip and say it only takes 5 pounds of pressure. Yeah, so hey, listen, but I ain't gonna be putting in for that job, so you know, I'm not really worried about it too much. That's not my thing, I guess, you know. But anyway, appreciate it. All right, then, let me see who's next here. Good morning, who's this? Oh, okay, sorry about that. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, Bert. Well, then, put it on me, brother. Mm-hmm. But the gunshot didn't happen. In. Right. Right, but now I got to tell you though. Now it's not the first time a fight ever took place at a football game. As a matter of fact, Auburn have them. Right. But I'm putting that, but then I'm putting that on the people who are in charge of security as opposed to the school. Because I saw the same thing happen at, well, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, I did. Yeah. But I do believe, and I do believe because I've seen fights in Auburn game, Alabama games, ASU game. Those things happen, and I think maybe the solution to that is to hire on the game night people to be security guards. You know, if we don't have enough policemen, then hire people who have been trained, retired, and pay them a good piece of money to come out there and do that. You know, just like you do the referees. Right. Right, right. But then, right, right. But I got to tell you though, people fight at Walmart. They fight at Kroger. Yeah, I agree with you. And if we can find out who they are, since everybody's got a phone now, let's find out who these people are. Let's start holding people accountable for what they do. It is before we don't have a city. Before we just don't have a city. Yeah. Gotta take my last break it out. We come back 7:47 in the morning. If you're interested in calling 860-1440. You want to you can text me 241-9998 if you want to. We'll be back. If you don't want, if you don't want your voice heard on the airwaves with the elk dog here, I understand.
WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Indeed.com. Fall into autumn hiring with Indeed. Their all-in-one solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
More wet weather anticipated as we head through this upcoming work week. Today, we're mostly cloudy when it's not actively raining, and that means most of you will probably hang out somewhere in the 80s today with only a few peaks of sunshine. Those on and off showers and storms possible late morning into the afternoon, even into the early evenings as well. So we'll keep an eye on those on and off rain chances thanks to a stalled out boundary pushing once again through the deep south, and that will keep rain chances elevated for the entire work week. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors.
It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got a minor accident reported on 65 northbound just before Fairview Avenue. So please use caution. Traffic slowing approaching this 65 northbound just before Fairview Avenue. Medical billing and coding classes begin September 13th. Pharmacy technician begins September 19th. Trenton State. You may qualify for WIAO funding. Call Trenton State 420-4240. Buckle up. It's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
When it comes to tires, bald ain't so beautiful. It's time for a tire makeover at Chico. Experience guaranteed.
Summer is here, so get out and enjoy the sun. At Taliesin, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's easy with the Make This the Summer event. The all-new Grand Wagoneer is here and ready for you and the great family fun. Summer is a blast in a new Dodge Charger or Dodge Challenger with 0% APR for 72 months. Make this the summer. Off online. Give my chat, text, and phone to help you. TaliesinAutomotive.com. Drive a little, save a lot. With approved plus financing and Chrysler Cap. 13.88 for $1,000 finance. Deal retails all factory incentives. Easy with the
Hi, I'm Dr. Anita Chandra with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Bedtime is a special time of day, a moment to connect with your child before going to sleep. After your child has brushed her teeth, read a book together, or talk a little about your day, and of course, tell her you love her. Have Having a routine every night helps your child structure her day, feel safe, and develop good sleep habits. Relationships matter. For more, talk with your pediatrician and visit healthychildren.org.
For most of Alabama, ticks and mosquitoes are more abundant from late spring to early fall. If you spend time outdoors or have pets that go outside, you need to be aware of the diseases they can carry to help protect yourself and your family. Prevention is key in safeguarding against tick and mosquito-borne diseases. For more information and tips on how to protect you and your family from these pests, visit our website at alabamapublichealth.gov. Again, visit our website at alabamapublichealth.gov.
Tired of the endless bickering and name-calling of most political talk shows? Seriously, shut up. That's why Caleb Copeland hosts Tactics on the News Radio 1440 Facebook page and YouTube. Minister Caleb uses simple reason to make solid arguments and teaches you how to do the same. Watch the Tactics podcast Monday through Thursdays at 6 p.m. online, or listen to the Best Of Show Saturday mornings at 9 on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Hey y'all, this is Aaron Tippett. Being in the music business, traveling, working late, doesn't do great things for my routine. But I found that staying active and making time to work out helps keep my energy where it needs to be to perform my best. No matter what you do or where you are, make time to stay in shape. You'll feel better and have the energy you need to accomplish your goals. This message brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, we received a handwritten note which they delivered to our mailbox, letting us know how much they had enjoyed our dinner together, along with an article that we had discussed. You know, in today's high-tech, low-touch world, it's refreshing to get a thoughtful handwritten note once in a while. It's enough to inspire me to get started. To learn more, check us out at thekindnessrevolution.net.
Don't miss Sean Hannity. Biden incoherently adheres live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 14.
Okay, hey, don't forget, I'm going to go back to the phone. Give me a second here. I got to tell you a little bit about my sponsor of our show, which is JL Lane Truck and Auto. JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. You need a car, a nice pre-loved car? Hey, go by and see them. They're the best people in town when it comes to selling pre-loved cars. They got online inventory. All you have to do right now is go to JLLaneTruckandAuto.com and you'll see the plethora of inventory that they have in stock right now. All the cars have been cleaned and cleared of all known problems. They pass a rigorous and vigorous inspection process. So if you're ready to ride, go to 208 Gun Road or give them a call, 272-4313. That's 272-4313. And if they don't have it, ask for Steve. He'll get it for you. Again, that number is 272-4313. JL Lane Truck and Auto. JLLaneTruckandAuto.com. Let's go to the phone, see who is there. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yes. Sounds good to me. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Right. Yeah, I'm not blaming the mayor. No, we're not blaming the mayor for anything like this. Of course not. But I do think the mayor has some responsibility only if he fails to act on this, and that's requiring the school system to employ extra people if they need to for football games. Obviously, our police department is short. We need, but inside that, they need to. It's their event. The city lets them use the and Crampton Bowl, but they need to provide for some security. Well, if they employ some discipline, they could, I'm on, that's still part of the school thing. Well, we got camera. Every fool out there, listen, every fool out there is carrying a camera now. So, and we're gonna thank them. We're gonna thank them for showing us who's doing it. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Hey, I need a part-time job on Friday night. Hell, I'd put in for a security guard on Friday night. Hey, appreciate it. Let me take one more call before I have to get out of this. Yeah, you need to hire me for a security guard. I'll whoop somebody upside the head. Good morning. I'll get whooped upside the head. Well, we had fights in the Emory Farm. We had fights on the Emory Farm. Again. Yeah, come on. Oh, I didn't say I didn't know. I just merely read the headlines. I don't know anything about it. I don't. I got it in one of my papers somewhere over here, but I don't care what the headlines is right now. Okay, and again, I didn't condemn the police guy for that. I mean, tell you what, I'm gonna let you call me back because I'm out of time.
Radio 1440.
That's the sound of the man working on the chain.
Around 10 o'clock Friday night. That's in the Rosa Parks Avenue area. The victim was taken to the hospital with critical injuries. The White House says it's
all day long, I hear them say, oh, don't you know that's the sound of the man working on the chain. Yeah. Oh, don't you know?
And last month, the CDC identified 2 infected children. Now some sports news for you on this Monday morning. As NFL season is quickly approaching, lots of football fans wondering, where is Tom Brady, the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? He's taken nearly 2 weeks of absences during training camp, and while his team calls the time away from the team excused, his absence is a mystery, especially with training camp going on right now. The head coach for the Buccaneers says Tom Brady should be back to practice sometime this week. That's your news on this Monday.
WLWI-AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Parts of the drought-stricken West are now flooded out, including Utah, where a hiker is believed to have been swept away by water at Zion National Park. There were overnight water rescues in parts of Texas, too. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson says the system is moving east now.
A tremendous amount of rain continues to fall in Texas. And we've already got some incredible totals, over half a foot of rain falling at the National Weather Service in Fort Worth, and more rain is on the way.
About that missing hiker, park spokesman Jonathan Schaefer says 29-year-old Jatel Agnihoti of Tucson was swept off her feet on Friday.
The family has been in the park, and we're working to support them as they go through all this with all of us. There are more than 20 people working on this search and rescue operation, and they're working all along the length of Zion Canyon.
He says the woman's backpack, which had personal belongings, including her cell phone, have been found. Today, Russia is blaming Ukrainian spy agencies for a car bombing on the outskirts of Moscow that killed the daughter of a top ally of President Putin. He's also an ardent supporter of the invasion in Ukraine. More from the BBC's Sasha Schlichter.
They even attended the fateful patriotic festival outside Moscow, where Daria and her father were guests of honor. She died when her car was torn apart by a bomb on her way back. After that, according to the FSB, they made their escape to Estonia.
Ukraine denies the accusation. Europe is considering training Ukrainian military forces now. Correspondent Cami McCormick reports.
The European Union will be debating the launch of a major training operation in Ukraine's neighboring countries. The U.S. and its allies have already spent billions of dollars sending equipment to Ukraine. With Soviet-era supplies dwindling, this training would be essential if they were to provide more modern equipment.
Jill Biden will be back at the White House today, a week after she tested positive for COVID. Like her husband, the president, she had mild symptoms and received the antiviral medication Paxlovid. What's worse than a long car ride with fidgety kids? An even longer ride with fidgety kids. Correspondent Vicki Barker is at the foreign desk.
Experts at Nottingham Trent University surveyed 2,000 parents of under 12s, assessing the timings and triggers for road trip tantrums. Their resulting formula calculates length of journey, age of children, number of siblings present, and snacks and distractions offered. They discovered the more snacks and distractions on offer, and the fewer the siblings present, the longer the interval between outbursts. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
S&P futures are down 51. Dow futures off 344. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
You know, it's true. Difficult times have a way of focusing us. We have to think about what matters most when it comes to our spending, our health care. No doubt. This is why so many people are joining MediShare right now. MediShare is a trusted way to save up to 50% on your monthly healthcare costs. More than 400,000 people have already made the switch. It's pretty obvious why, too, especially now during this challenging season with healthcare costs and out-of-pocket expenses going up. MediShare can save you a lot of money. The typical family saves $500 a month. And MediShare is a Christian healthcare sharing ministry that's worked beautifully for 27 years. There are different options to choose from to fit your budget. I'll give you the number here in a second, and if you call, you can get a price within 2 minutes. Maybe now would be perfect time to make the switch and start saving. Here you go. Call 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
There's relief on the way for beef eaters. And we don't mean the guys in the funny hats. Correspondent Jim Krasula explains.
We have less of a beef with beef prices. Prices of beef, typically among the costliest grocery store purchases, are falling after more than a year of increases. That prompted many Americans to buy less beef and switch to less expensive protein like chicken and pork. Beef supplies are improving with better staffing and plans.
Most of us are eating out at restaurants less, but coffee shops and bakeries are another story. Wall Street Journal says that as inflation rose this summer, Americans spent almost 2% more on small indulgences like cappuccinos and croissants. Some analysts say the relative health of job-up joints and pastry places could also be a reflection of workers returning to offices. The average price of a cup of coffee in a quick service shop, $4.90 in the first 6 months of the year. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Waiting is such a mistake. That's one of the things we hear most after we've successfully treated one of our patients for erectile dysfunction. At Montgomery Men's Health, we want you to know first and foremost that waiting is a mistake, because the longer you wait, the more difficult it can be to treat your ED. Using what you've got is important, not just for your relationship, but for your overall health. There's some truth to the phrase, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. At Montgomery Men's Health, we'll fight for your ability to consistently perform without the anxiety that so many men experience. In fact, you might even find you performing like you haven't for a long time. We only treat ED and low T at Montgomery Men's Health, and we've successfully treated many men with protocols that are effective in 90% of cases. We also have an instant-free acoustic wave therapy, so you get the one that works best for you. So don't wait. Make an appointment. For just $99, you get a medical consultation, blood work, and medically advised testings. Call today, 334 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
This is it. Your last chance to win $5,000 a week forever from Publishers Clearinghouse. There are just days left to enter. Win $5,000 a week for your life. Then after that, someone you choose gets $5,000 a week for their life. But you must enter at PCH.com before it's too late. Leave a legacy for your loved ones. Hurry, time is running out. So enter now at PCH.com. $5,000 a week forever. Don't miss your last chance to win it this August 31st. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 8/29. No purchase necessary. Order individuals.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we.
Oh, don't you know? Working on a chain.
Their newest employee, Susan, she has an idea that is going to revolutionize our food ordering.
Hi, Susan. So nice to meet you.
Unfortunately, she just gave her notice, and today is her last day.
I'm gonna miss her. Why don't all companies order through EasyCater? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. It's our thing.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
Alrighty then. Okay, all right.
I hear something saying.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm afraid we may have to bring that chain gang thing back. I hope I'm not the first person on it. but we need to do something, because this is getting ridiculous. I mean, what's the age limit now? I'm looking at a video yesterday of a kindergartner. The teacher gets in front of the class and she says, afternoon, and the parents were sitting there too, right? The parents were sitting there. She gets in front of the class. She says, "Good afternoon, parents and children." And the little 6-year-old boy said, he used the F word. He said, "Shut the F up." And I looked. I said, "Really? Really?" I said, "Really?" A 6-year-old, and the parents were in the room. Now, who's responsible for a 6-year-old saying that to a teacher? Who's responsible for that? The parents are. Okay? Would anybody out there have the nerve to say that to a teacher? A teacher? Hell, anybody. Would anybody at 6 years old ever even think about saying that to? Of course not. And the parents in there they're looking all surprised. Well, you guys are the cause of it. Anyway, let me tell you about our sponsor. Our sponsor, of course, JL Lane Truck and Auto. JL Lane Truck and Auto. You need a car. You've been all over town. That you've been turned up, you've been turned down, but you have not got the car. Well, now I'm gonna help you out today by tell you about JL Lane Truck and Auto. It's a buy here, pay here place, so you don't have to kiss the ring of the Montgomery Credit Bureau. But you do need to have a sit down with Mr. Lane or Steve, and they'll go over your situation. You know, everybody has had hiccups in life, and we probably got a couple more coming we don't know about. Okay, they got online inventory. You can go there and check out the inventory at jllanetruckandauto.com. jllanetruckandauto.com. Check out the inventory. Okay, all these cars have been cleared and tested and cleared of all known issues. They have passed not only a rigorous but a vigorous inspection process. So if you're ready to ride and you want, and when you drive that car off the lot, the only time you're ever going to drive it back is when you want another car, a new car to replace that one, if you know, roll the wheels off of it, okay? So go to 208 Gun Road or give them a call, 272-4313, 272-4313. Check them out. jllanetruckandauto.com or JL Lane Truck and Auto at 208 Gun Road, and you'll be glad. You'll be glad that you did. I'm just saying, you can get off them hills and get yourself some wheels. You can walk in talking, but you can ride out talking. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to call those guys up. What's the number again? 272-4313. If you've been turned down all over town, Mr. Lane's not going to turn you down. They'll do everything they can to help you to get a ride, because walking ain't funny, especially when it's hot outside. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. The shooting. Well, I think at that point the responsibility is on the school. First of all, it's not. I'm talking about. Again, let me give you a simple answer. It depends on whose responsibility it is. It's not. It's well, if a player's involved in it, why not kick him off the team? And I think you need to boot him off. Where? Say again. It did. I saw one last night. Well, I saw a video of it last night. A bunch of folks in the stand. I did see it. I didn't say nothing about a riot, but what's a riot? If you're getting your butt whooped, it might as well be a riot. Well, I don't know. Of course I watch the news. Okay, but it wasn't in Montgomery, was it? Okay. Well, listen, I'll let you, and I don't disagree with there's a problem. We do have a problem. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Because if they don't come, they ain't serious. You can't go. That's what Roberto used to say. I go with you, but yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know anybody, but I would imagine there are a lot of folks downtown in jail. So I imagine some of them are related to somebody here in town. I know. Well, they may not have heard of you. We got to put the word out. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm listen. People at football games have been fighting for years. Right. But right, right, all the time. But we just need to make sure that there is some consequence for doing it. Appreciate your call. Good morning. Who's this? Pretty good. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and I do believe that our superintendent of schools right now, our new guy, I think his name Dr. Brown, Melvin, he can set a strong tone right now. Um, right, of what he's not going to put up with at these games. We like the game. Let these kids play ball. Let the extracurricular activity is good for these kids. It keeps them out of trouble. It gives them something to look for. It brings about a brotherhood. But he needs to be tough right now about what's going to happen if you can't act right. Yeah, male. Yeah. I think we understood the consequences better with the belt than we did with the timeout thing. Yeah, yeah. Obviously not. And the parents and they were laughing. They were laughing at it. I said, really? Okay then. For failure. Yeah. Yep. Nope. Yep. Well, my child. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's true. Hey, appreciate it. 860-1440 is the number here. You want to give us a call? Love to talk to you. Whatever on your mind this morning. We were just talking about some of the things that happen at our schools on the weekends at a couple football game. Again, we do not blame the school at all, but we do want the video, and we do want those people who are involved in these fights to be taken care of and face the consequences of this. Good morning. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. Yep. All right, appreciate it, and that's true. And I do hope that the school is tough. The Alabama High School Athletic Association. I hope they're tough about this kind of behavior. Uh, and let's just say there are no second chances. There are no second chance. You get one chance to screw up. You get one chance. Especially when you do something that's absolutely is wrong. Okay, such as okay, maybe everybody gets a second chance, but hey, it depends on what you do. Well, there ain't no second chance for using weapons. There are no second chance because if you use a weapon once, you'll use it again. Okay, so I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm not really all that concerned about marijuana. Hell, everybody's smoking marijuana. you know, everybody's smoking it. But as a matter of fact, at least when you smoke marijuana, you want to go to sleep, right? You don't want to cause trouble. You just want to chill out, hopefully. But still, I guess it's marijuana. Is marijuana even still illegal? I don't even know. I never smoked it, but I may try it one day. I never can tell. We'll be back.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. Need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use the code RADIO at checkout. Blindster.com.
Good morning, Montgomery. Still working this accident, 65 northbound. There's 4 cars involved in this. They're all in the right lane, so please use caution if you're heading in that direction. Also, 85 southbound running slow around Ann Street, 85 southbound running slow around Union Street exit, 65 southbound running slow at the River Bridge, so please be prepared for all of that. From a simple patient transport to life and death situations, Haynes Ambulance is there for you both on the ground and in the air. Haynes Ambulance, ready at a moment's notice. Buckle up, front and back, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
Why are you driving around town on those old ball tires? Do you like living dangerously? Say no to old, bald, and dangerous. All your time needs, Chico's Auto Pros, 239-9510.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
62% of Americans worried about paying for housing. Half of America's companies say they're not hiring anymore. A new survey that came out, 52% of American businesses have implemented hiring freezes.
This is predictable. The Biden inflation nightmare now has middle-class families turning to food banks. Tightening of the family budget is now apparent at these nation's food banks. Industry leaders telling Fox News Digital that the middle-class families are waiting in the longest lines that some locations have ever seen. We've never seen so many people online, said Karen Aaron, president and CEO of the Feeding Westchester. Westchester County in New York is not a poor county.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Listen, the last time the economy looked like this, the stock market tanked 50%. The U.S. dollar lost 46% of its value, and the price of oil quadrupled. Yet, while the U.S. economy collapsed and inflation ran through the roof, the price of gold shot up 1,300%, and silver rocketed over 2,400%. So if history repeats itself, we could see it happen again. Can you afford to miss what could be the biggest gold and silver boom of our generation? That's why I want you to call Goldco at 855-815-GOLD, because when you do, you'll not only get the chance to protect your retirement savings with gold and silver, but as a Sean Hannity listener, you could get $10,000 or more in free silver just for doing it. This is a rare opportunity, and that's why I want you to call, again, Goldco at 855-815-GOLD. That's Goldco, 855-815-GOLD. Don't miss out. Check them out today.
Hey, Bob, why do digital marketers make good actors? Because they nail impressions. Man, Bob, you kidding me. So, you think you can sell impressions too? Boy, do we have a job for you. Cumulus Media is looking for a great digital sales manager. We offer full-time positions with great benefits and opportunities in media, digital sales, a fun working environment, and all the impressions you could possibly think about selling in the industry on air and online.
Go to newsradio1440.com for details. This is it. Your last chance to win $5,000 a week forever from Publishers Clearinghouse. There are just days left to enter. Win $5,000 a week for your life. Then after that, someone you choose gets $5,000 a week for their life. But you must enter at PCH.com before it's too late. Leave a legacy for your loved ones. Hurry, time is running out. So enter now at PCH.com. $5,000 a week forever. It's your last chance to win it this August 31st. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 8/29. No purchase necessary.
At EasyGator, food for work is our thing. Maybe that's why we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. So what's up with the other 7%?
Everyone, meet our newest employee, Susan. She has an idea that is going to revolutionize our food ordering.
I'm Susan. Nice to meet you.
Unfortunately, she just gave her notice, and today's her last day.
Why don't all companies order through EasyGator? Who knows? Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyGator.com. EasyGator, food for work. That's our thing.
Telling it like it really is. It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
I don't know. Sister. Okay, we're back. 860-1440 is the number here. We're talking about holding people accountable for what's going on. Listen, I think everybody wants to live in a city where we can, if we want to go for a run, or we want to go to a high school football game, we don't want to have to worry. I mean, it's safer. I think some of our guys are safer and more in Ukraine than they are in America right now. And that's a shame and a disgrace. So we're just asking people to be held accountable. And I think the new superintendent can really make inroads in that if he comes out tough on what happened, not again, but if any of those students were students in our Montgomery school, we need to make an example out of them. We do. Hey, it sucks to be you, but just because people do things don't mean that you have to follow through. It's kind of like that group, that gang mentality where hell, if like there was a New York somewhere the other day, California one day, people went inside at 7-Eleven, started stealing. Then the whole group of people just started coming in, started stealing too. So what the hell? He's stealing. I might as well get me something too. Okay, I'm just saying, just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean that you need to do it. Okay, because chances are you're the one who's going to get caught. Yeah, okay. You're the one who's going to get caught. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to think about that before you get involved in all these kinds of things. And this is the story that the one guy was talking about. Evidently, one person is dead following an officer-involved shooting in Bay Minette Saturday. Officers converged on a scene in Lower Street in the Douglasville community. Authorities said that the incident began shortly after 10:30 a.m. when a Bay Minette police officer conducted a traffic stop. The officer asked the driver of the vehicle, identified as Otis French Jr., to exit the vehicle so the officer could show him the equipment violation and issue him a warning ticket. But some people did say that he tried to take the taser from the police officer. He did say that. And again, we are talking about fight outside Crampton Bowl. People need to be held accountable for what they do. So that's all we're asking for. And I would hope that the new superintendent really takes a firm handle on it, because if you start making excuses for it, the next thing you know, they're going to bring it from there to the classroom. I'm just saying you might want to. Artur, I hope you will. He seemed like a guy that, from what I can tell so far, he seemed like a guy that because you represent your school when you're there. When you at these games, you represent your school. Not only you represent your school, you represent your community, you represent your parents, you represent you. And if you don't care what they think of you, well, we care. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to think about. We really do need a class in high school today on how to act. We really do need a class. Of course, somebody will say that's discriminatory because ain't got no black folks in it. Well, that's who's left in public school. Good morning. Yes. Fine.
Or down. I noticed that in the grocery store the other day. And I was talking with a friend of mine was working out in Nebraska at this huge meat packing facility, probably owned by the Koch brothers. All right, pay attention. And they have over 5,000 employees. And none of them are English first language. So, so much for the border, sending people up to New York and all that. If we didn't allow those people in here, we probably wouldn't be able to eat. Next thing, I noticed WSFA all morning hasn't said anything about what happened at Crampton Bowl. I woke up and I turned on NBC, and my best friend in life lives in Savannah. I was going to run over there if I ever get time. And they had a huge incident just like what happened at Crampton Bowl. It made national television. Shooting. Last thing, I can remember there was a nightclub here in Montgomery, and I used to go there just to keep the peace. And a couple of your listeners went there too. I'm not going to mention their names. If they want to mention it, they can. But, we would all leave. I'm talking about businessmen. Nice guys. Some of them very successful. And we would just sit in there, maybe drink a beer and talk business. So that was the only place in town I can think of where you could actually network back during those days. And it was always peaceful. But we'd all leave by 9, and here they come with the rap music and the gangster rap and all that, and bam, then the shooting. So the mayor told him he had to stop it. So he said it's not happening in the club. Isn't that a coincidence? It's happening outside the club. That's where the shootings were. And he finally shut it down, and it probably killed the poor brother. I drove by there the other day, and it's all boarded up. But anyway, that's my comment for this week. See you.
Okay, then. Appreciate it. What's going on? I wonder, if somebody could just answer this question seriously. Most corporations right now are having DEI classes, including this one. And I forgot what DEI stand for, diversity, inclusion, or some other stuff like that. This race crap that they keep wanting to run down people's throat. Here's a question I have to ask people. Are we better off because of this indoctrination of this making people, you can't make people, okay? You can't make people like each other. You can't. You can't make people who are from different cultures, different places, like one another. That has to be a natural. Now, you can govern behavior, but you cannot govern friendship. Okay? Do you guys believe that a lot of our problems with the perception of race, with the perception of culture, you believe it's magnified twice over because we keep trying to make people like one another? Okay? You can govern, you can't even govern behavior. You can govern what happens after the behavior is exhibited, but you can't govern behavior. There's no, I mean, it's already against the law to rob banks. It's already against the law to discriminate, but people still do it. So you can only govern what happens if you infringe upon a particular right. But does anybody think we're a better nation now by forcing people to try to get together, to like one another, forcing one culture on another one? I don't know. I was watching some training the other day, and the black lady said, well, you need to go out your way 2 or 3 miles to go to a black store. I said, really? We do? You're going to force people to do business with people? Okay, I don't think so. People like to hang around people who they're comfortable with. Yeah, I don't know. But are we a better country because of the mandated get-together? Really? Are we a better country because we're trying to force people to like each other, as opposed to work with one another? Working with somebody you don't like, that's never been a problem, because we've always had people I work with I didn't like. But you can't make us friends. You can't make people friends who don't want to be friends. That is a natural instinct, a natural gravity. I've been trying to get my son to get a friend for the last 3-4 years. He ain't got one yet. If we can't make our own kids do it, we certainly can't make grown folks do it. So, me personally, I'm sort of tired of people trying to tell you, you gotta get along with people. I don't think you have to get along. You have to respect people, but you don't really gotta like them. What say you? Good morning. Good morning. Who's this? Pretty good. How you doing? No, DEI. DEI. Yeah. Well, sometimes, yeah. I think we got to respect one another, but I don't think you have to like. You can't make people like you. You got to respect each other, but I don't think you can't make people like you. Right? You respect them, but not like. I mean, what you surprised at? Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. I have it. Nope. I never smoked. I never drank. I got issues, but I drank too many Coca-Colas is what I did. But I never smoked alcohol, never smoked marijuana, never had liquor, never had any of that stuff. Well, it is super duper. That's why I got a 16-year-old. I know he can sing, but you look at him, he look at me like he's looking through me. I don't know. I try to talk to him about those things, but I just gotta let him find his own way. I don't know. He don't even like girls yet, which is good for me because I had that conversation with him already too. So so we good. Okay. hmm I don't either. I don't either. But I got to tell you something. Marijuana, marijuana is better for you than cigarettes. Not everybody, because they show selling. Well, no, I'm not. I mean, yeah, I don't smoke it. I don't suggest anybody smoke it. But if you got to smoke something, but they get crazy on cigarettes. I mean, beer. Well, kill you. I'm going the other way too. All right, but yeah, I mean, I don't like it. I'm just saying that if you got to smoke some marijuana, it does have some health implications. It does help people. Matter of fact, that was an article in the paper yesterday about a guy who's got to get it from California or Georgia someplace, but now we're gonna have it buy it here. I wish they put some kind of flavor in it though, because it does stink. Anyway, we'll be back.
Weather forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Blindster. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop Blindster today and save big. Blindster.com.
More wet weather anticipated as we head through this upcoming work week. Today, we're mostly cloudy when it's not actively raining, and that means most of you will probably hang out somewhere in the 80s today with only a few peaks of sunshine. Those on and off showers and storms possible late morning into the afternoon, even into the early evenings as well. So we'll keep an eye on those on and off rain chances thanks to a stalled out boundary pushing once again through the deep south, and that will keep rain chances elevated for the entire work week. And that's your first alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Amanda Curran on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Brubaker Motors. It's better at Brubaker on News Radio 1440.
Hello, Montgomery. Right now, things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send anyone on an alternate route. Keep listening. We'll keep you posted with the latest and the most accurate traffic conditions on the radio. Whether your credit is perfect or just plain bad, approval for an equity loan on your home or land is a phone call away. But you have to call. Call the A-Team at NCS in Wetumpka, 567-9000, NMLS 232876. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is Major Delay.
You love your car, yes? Well, why
Yes.
with those tires that carry you and your family everywhere? Let Chico's Auto Pros show some love with our super savings on tires. Chico's Auto Pros.
Summer is here, so get out and enjoy the sun. At Taliesin, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's easy with the Make This the Summer event. The all-new Grand Wagoneer is here and ready for you and the great family fun. Summer is a blast in the new Dodge Charger or Dodge Challenger with 0% APR for 72 months. Make this the summer. Hop online. We're here by chat, text, and phone to help you. TaliesinAutomotive.com. Drive a little, save a lot. Approved tax plus finance and Chrysler Cap. 13.88 for $1,000 finance. We only change all factory instead of CD. Waiting was such a mistake. That's one of the things we hear most after we've successfully treated one of our patients for erectile dysfunction. At Montgomery Men's Health, we want you to know first and foremost that waiting is a mistake, because the longer you wait, the more difficult it can be to treat your ED. Using what you've got is important, not just for your relationships, but for your overall health. There's some truth to the phrase, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. At Montgomery Men's Health, we'll fight for your ability to consistently perform without the anxiety so many men experience. In fact, you might even find you performing like you haven't in a long time. We only treat ED and low T at Montgomery Men's Health, and we've successfully treated many men with protocols that are effective in nearly 90% of cases. We also have a full complement of treatments, including acoustic wave therapy, so you get the one that works best for you. So don't wait. Make an appointment. For just $99, you get a medical consultation, blood work, and if medically advised, a test dose. Call today, 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Russell Wilson here with Play 60, United Way in the NFL, helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Tired of the endless bickering and name-calling of most political talk shows?
Seriously, shut up.
That's why Caleb Copeland hosts Tactics on the News Radio 1440 Facebook page and YouTube. As a national debate finalist and minister, Caleb uses simple reason to make solid arguments and teaches you how to do the same. Watch the Tactics podcast Monday through Thursdays at 6 p.m. online, or listen to the Best Of show Saturday mornings at 9 on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
I'm Aaron Tippett. I've been blessed to be able to make a living at what I love, making music for more than 25 years. But it didn't get there overnight. There were a lot of long days and nights of working just to make ends meet. Good things in life don't always come easy, but when you sweat for what you want, it makes it even sweeter when you get it. So remember to work hard, and when the opportunities present themselves, you got to be ready to grab them. This message is brought to you by the United States Air Force.
Hi, I'm Queen Latifah. Even with heart failure, my mother remains strong.
Because without strength, you lose hope. Together, we will rise above heart failure.
To help prevent, improve, or manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
He is the voice of the conservative millennial. Ben Shapiro. The Ben Shapiro Show, Monday night at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it.
Anyway, good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well. It's about 8:48 in the morning, 8:48, 30 seconds past the hour. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. And why would they? I guess I'm wondering who in their job description or their prospective employee who asked the question, do you like black folks or do you like white folks? Who asked that question on the application? Yeah. But we will never what about the American culture? America's culture says if you come to America, you should want to be an American. If you like your if you like your culture that bad, then stay over there with it. Right. But there are some cultures whose philosophy, whose cultural personalities are inconsistent with our way of life in America. But wait a minute. If their culture is inconsistent with our culture, then they shouldn't come. They do come, and so now we're going to change everything we believe because of a minority of people. Well, and that's our problem, right? And again, there's our problem right there. So money is the overriding factor. Then we're going to tear up our country because the Chinese already own damn near so much land in America right now until they ever decide to foreclose. We have to change our name outside. Listen, listen, they're bigger pay grade than I got, but I'm just telling. Yeah. Yeah, they did. One of these days, we're going to look back on what we used to be and wonder what the hell happened. Okay, but money is no good if you don't have none of it. So, yeah, somebody. I'm with you. Yeah. All right. Well, money, I guess. Good morning. All righty then. Ed, I'm gonna ban you. I am. I'm just gonna ban you. Okay. Now I've been trying to be kind to you because you're an old fella, and I hope to get old one day. But now you're gonna do that, and I'm just gonna let you go. I ain't gonna take your calls. So now I have warned you. I have warned you. Okay. I don't want to play. You're too old to play on the phone like that. I'm just saying. I'm trying to be kind. Like my thing said the other day. I'm trying to be kind. Okay. I'm just trying. Good morning. Who's this? I don't know. It sounds like you to me, Ed. Now, whatever you say, it sounds like you to me. Nobody has a voice like you. Okay? Nobody has a voice like you. I don't care what you say. I am not going to believe it. The only way I believe that's not you, if you're on the phone at the same time they are. That's the only way I won't believe it. Okay? Anyway, or somebody called and say it was me. Okay, then I'm good. I mean, not me, but somebody like me. Or whoever that is. Anyway, we got a couple minutes left. 860-1440. What else is happening on the streets today? Today is the 22nd of the month. What else is going on? We got ongoing class at the police academy. What I can't understand is they only got 5 or 6 people over there, and that's a lot of money for 5 or 6 people. We need to incentivize big time getting police on the roads. Good morning. Who's this? Okay, so there you go. See, there you go. See, you're not helping your case, Ed. You're not helping your case at all. You're not helping. Okay. Now I do get caller ID. Want me to call you back? I just don't use it, but I got it. Now if you want me to call you back 14 times, I'll do that. All right. I got your number. I just been trying to be kind. Okay. A rise in hostility towards law enforcement officers and the rule of law has led to a noticeable drop in the number of people pursuing careers in law enforcement. A lot of people are getting into aren't getting into it, said Dallas County Sheriff Mike Randall. So why do people not want to be policemen? Well, that is an interesting reason. Well, I know why. Okay. Another thing too, the mayor last week on 740, our sports show down the hall, said that Garrett Coliseum is not part of our future. And I can't quite understand why that would be. Good morning. Who's this? Hello. Okay. I guarantee you that's it. That's it. That's okay. All right then. Anyway, I'm not going to take any more calls, I guess, because some people just too old to play games. But anyway, I thought Garrett Coliseum is a pretty good. I mean, it's a pretty good place, but it probably is time for a new center. New center. Time for new center. So maybe it's time. Maybe Garrett Coliseum has seen its best days. Maybe we should just use it to put cow for rodeo. It smells in there during the rodeo. Though. I can't handle the rodeo. Okay. One more thing. Tomorrow we want to talk about leadership and the color of leadership. what we have found is that leadership and the luggage and the baggage that comes with it is being destroyed by greed. And it has nothing to do with color, but all to do with character. So tomorrow, that's what we want to talk about. Because some people think if you put a bunch of white folks in charge, we're going to be better off. Some people think put a bunch of black folks in charge, we're going to be better off. And what I have found out, we get screwed no matter who's in charge. So the color of leadership, okay, does it really make a difference? Not really. If you poor, you're going to be just as poor no matter who leaves office or who gets office than you were. But the color of leadership, we're going to talk a little bit about that on tomorrow, because some people really think it matters what different the color a leader is. Good morning, who's this? Hello. Yeah. Okay then. Well, must have missed that one. All right, sorry about that. Anyway, wow. Anyway, that's one of the things we talk. And just because you get old don't make you get smart. Sometimes don't even make you get better. Okay? Sometimes it don't. As you have seen on this show this morning. Just because you get older don't make you get smarter. Okay, that's what I'm just telling. Anyway, let's see what else we got to talk about. One piece of good news under Biden, which is rare. It seems that a lot of businesses are bringing their businesses back to America. Well, that's only because, the folks overseas getting smart now. You're going to come over here and work up for nothing. Okay, send it back to America and make it cost as much as it did if you made it over there. So if I'm going to pay a high price, then I'd rather pay a high price for using products that are made in this country, not by slave labor in China or Wuhan, all them other places. Then you turn around and send all the money back there and they come right here and buy all the factories over here. I don't know. Anyway, time's up. We can talk about that tomorrow. The color of leadership. Does it matter? We'll talk about it. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Your WSFA 12 news update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening this Monday. Montgomery police are investigating a Friday night shooting. They were called out to Erskine Street around 10 o'clock Friday night. That's in the Rosa Parks Avenue area. The victim was taken to the hospital with critical injuries. The White House says there may be more than 1 million monkeypox vaccine doses available starting today. And there's also an agreement to produce 5 million more doses. Health officials say that anyone can get it. New York is now reporting its first case in a minor, and last month the CDC identified 2 infected children. Now some sports news for you on this Monday morning. NFL season is quickly approaching. Lots of football fans wondering, where is Tom Brady, the quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? He's taken nearly 2 weeks of absences during training camp, and what Tom Ware from the team excused his absence is a mystery, especially with training camp going on right now. The head coach of the Buccaneers says Tom Brady should be back to practice sometime this week.
News Radio WLWIAM, the home of Sean Hannity, also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama. A Cumulus